Good afternoon, dear friends and detectorists. Welcome to our Q&A episode. It's episode number 45, and now we are live here with our good friends from XP, Michael and Philippe.
Hello,
Thank you for
everybody.
accepting our invitation for a live stream chat.
Hello, everybody.
Actually, it will be drawing a lot of interest within Greek hobbyists and will be greatly appreciated by Greek XP fans. We, as a distributor, were always supporting European suppliers, and France, where you have your headquarters and manufacturing, has been traditionally a good friend and ally of Greece. XP has always been close to us, supporting us in terms of an excellent 5 years guarantee. Hearing our demands like implementing the Greek language to the detectors. Even further, with your act today, you express your care for your loyal supporters, not only to large markets, but also for small markets like on our country. Philippe and Michael, I am thankful to have you here in our live chat.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us, John. It's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to meet everybody that's watching today as well. So thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Merci beaucoup.
Merci beaucoup.
Okay, my friends, let's start it. I would like to let you briefly introduce yourself and what you do for XP. Let's start with Philippe.
Thank you, John. So I'm Philippe. I'm the business manager for XP for 6 years now, a bit more. And I really enjoy to work with distributors all over the world, like we are working with John. And we are very thankful about the distributor's job. They are really working very well with us and trying to distribute our product to explain what XP is doing with our product, what we are designing as new product with fantastic features to give you an opportunity to find the most in the field, on the beach, underwater, with our product. And I hope that everybody enjoy our product in Greece.
Great. And they do enjoy, and we have sales success, as you know, because also you are monitoring the distributors. You are the man in charge for distributors.
Yes.
And actually, how many they are now?
How many distributors?
Yes.
All over the world, we are working with more than 60 distributors now for more than 70 countries. We want to develop to 100 in the short term, in the future.
You are actually very, very busy every day.
Every day.
I understand, I know. And you, Michael?
Yeah, so I am Michael Eakers, and I am the community manager for XP Metal Detectors, and I'm also the UK ambassador, and I also make content for XP, which you may have seen on their social channels as well. A bit of background about myself is I have been metal detecting myself for 17 years. So I've got a lot of experience in the field metal detecting at various different locations. However, every day is still a school day, I think, because even though you have so many years experience, sometimes you will find something that you don't know what it is, or somebody will tell you something and you think, wow, I never knew that before. So I'm always keen to learn from new people, especially people in Greece as well. I'm sure they've got a lot of experience that I would be keen to learn from too.
Yes, that is the thrilling of metal detecting, you know. You learn every day the new machine, the menus, the readings of the targets, especially with so many parameters that we have in XP product. You can make the detector to be completely different to suit your personal taste of detecting and start the learning curves all over again with different settings, different sounds. Okay, so
that's one thing, if I might just add, that's very unique about XP products, is that you can own an XP metal detector and really customize it to how you want to metal detect. And that is a very powerful thing, because not only can you, change the weight of the machine, but you can create your own custom programs that suit the places that you go to metal detect. And it's something that we're very passionate about, and I'm very passionate about using their products as well. So that's a really good point, actually, John. Yes.
Yes. So let me start asking you some questions, and then as we proceed, we're going to talk about the questions that I have already gathered since 1 month or more from my friends, my customers. But first, we have some questions that are directed to you by John, me. And let us start. Okay. What is the most innovative or unique feature that sets apart those two compared to competitor metal detectors? Please.
We have a big issue, John. We have a big issue now because we don't have time to explain everything, all of them. The Deuce 2 is unique by more than 30, maybe 40 different features that the Deuce 2 gets, and that the other competitors' metal detector don't have. What is really interesting is that we released a short video campaign in our YouTube channel that present all of them, most of them, all the unique features making the Deuce 2 the most versatile metal detector in the world. With this metal detector, you can detect from 20 meters underwater, if you want to scuba dive, to go underwater with it, to detect deep in the sea. And you can also detect on the beach, on the field, and on the field up to 5 meters deep with the Extreme Hunter. With the Extreme Hunter, you will look after, you will research the large target on the ground, which are buried very, very deep, like treasure, like engine, aircraft engine who crashed on the ground, for example, tank that you want to, you are a builder, you want to remove a tank to build a house or a building somewhere, or a pipeline that you are looking for, or you don't want to damage, but you want to know where it is. So with the Extreme Hunter, you will look after all of these targets, and you will easily find them because it's a very stable machine, and it's linked to the Deuce 2. It's a Deuce 2 in the end. It's a coil, a new coil. Extreme Hunter is a new coil for the Deuce 2. So the Deuce 2 is the most versatile machine in the world, with more than 5 headphones, different headphones. Now 4 coils. We will have a 5th one very soon with the high frequency coil that will coming very soon. We will talk about that, I'm sure, later. And please, if you don't know what is the Deuce 2 and why the Deuce 2 is so unique, go to our YouTube channel, go to the playlist of our shorts presenting all the features which are unique features, and you will understand that you cannot buy something else. If you're a serious metal detectorist, you need the Deuce 2. That's it.
Okay. So I'm leaving this question with the phrase that the machine is effective for every hunting situation.
Maybe you can copy paste the link that I sent to you about the playlist, and you can put it on the comments, and they will, maybe some people will enjoy to watch after the live, to watch the shorts. It's only 14 shorts, less than 1 minute each. So it's in 10 minutes, they will know everything about the Deuce 2. So if someone wants to watch, go to our YouTube channel, playlist, and that's the second playlist. But John will copy paste the link to the comment of the live, and you will be able to enjoy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to add to that as well, it is the lightest metal detector, 750 grams at its lightest, which is incredible. And honestly, for somebody that metal detects all the time, to have a light detector really is a game changer. And I've used lots of other different detectors, and to have something where you can comfortably go out every single day, use it without getting tired or your arm starting to hurt or anything like that is for me one of the best unique features about this machine.
Yeah, the performance are there. You have everything wireless. It's the lightest. We have 5 years warranty. You can detect 20 meters deep, so it's a very advanced waterproof machine. You can detect up to 5 meters on the ground with the Extreme Hunter. You have the choice for the headphones. Plenty of new features which are unique. You have go around. You can begin with the WS6 Master, which is the cheapest version, and also the lightest version, so the most comfortable version, and it will begin less than 900 euro, and you can escalate little by little, and you will enjoy the new devices, and so the new features that you will discover. It's a super machine in the end.
Yeah.
Great. So we continue. What differentiates XP as a company from other manufacturers?
That's a very good, very good question. I wasn't talking like this in the past, but I discover year after year our CEO. Our CEO, Alain, is very, that's the special one. He's a businessman, of course, but at first he's a passionate man. He loves history. He loves detecting. He's detecting for more than 42 years now. So he's very skilled and experienced detectorist. And at the same time, he's a genius designing new models year after year with new features, with new versions, etc. And so he shared his experience serving your patient, you, the detectorist. So that makes the difference, because when we launch a new product, it's really something innovative, because it's at first something for himself, something that he will enjoy on the field, something that he dreams about, and then becomes true for everybody who wants to buy an XP metal detector. So that makes the difference.
Yes, and I remember that he went on designing his first machine, the Adventist, because he was not satisfied by the performance of the detectors at the time.
Yeah,
because he wanted something faster and something more accurate in detecting small coins, you know.
Exactly.
Yes. That's how XP started.
After the Adventist came the Gold Max Power, and then the G Max, and then the Deus one, then the Rex, then the Deus 2. Who knows for the future? I know a little bit, but not for today.
Yes. Great. What are the future trends in the metal detector world, and how you plan to take advantage on them? Well, I know for sure that XP is a trend on its own, but you have to reply. I appreciate if you can reply to this question.
Yeah, I don't want to be too ambitious or trying to. Of course, we can learn from the other, but I think, to be honest, we are the most innovative brand in the world, at least one of. And we don't copy anything. We don't want to do like the other. We have our own DNA. We have our own philosophy, and we are following this philosophy, even if it's different than the way of the other brands. We are different, definitely. And but our success comes from that also, because a lot of detectorists recognize themselves in our product, and with the features that offer our product, they are totally comfortable on the field. So we don't pick up any idea. We are following our philosophy. To be honest, that's the truth. And we are not releasing one product every year just for releasing. No, we are waiting to have the new idea, the new innovative idea to do something better and better and better year after year. And that's our way, you know. And that's how XP works, and it's successful. So it seems that works.
Exactly. And we have a question from Kostas. He is one of the guys in our XP fan club. Well, Kostas is asking, as I can understand, if you can have something small, portable, if you're thinking about it, a small portable detector, like the MI6, for example, with a round coil, like a handheld device, to be used in shallow seawater. What you're thinking of this possibility?
That's a very good suggestion. Thank you, Kostas. That's a very good suggestion. We already get this idea. We just have to find the time to think about how we could build the best of this kind of metal detectors. This family of detectors already exists, but if we come to this kind of market, we will come with the best one. So we have to think about it. We have other projects on process, but maybe one day, yeah, maybe that's a good suggestion. I will that will motivate us maybe to go ahead.
Okay. And we continue to the next question. What are the key differences between those two and the other XP models?
That's a good question, because the Deus 1 and the Deus 2 looks the same. They are on the field, they are very similar. Depending the condition, of course, the Deus 2 could be better. What you have to understand is, and people from the Deus 1 have to understand, I mean the Deus 1 owner, is that the Deus 1 is fully embedded on the Deus 2. If you turn on the Deus 2, you can choose the mono program, 6 or 7, Michael, 7?
Yep, number 7.
And you can use the mono program, which will look pretty same than the fast program on the Deus 1, which is one of the best, and you will enjoy the Deus 1 with the Deus 2, and of course the Deus 2 offer more and more. For example, the FMF technology, the fast multi-frequency simultaneously, the advanced waterproof, I already talked about that, and the coming model scalability. I mean, every new product should be, new product, new accessories, maybe new metal detector will be compatible with the Deus 2. And the Deus 2 with them.
And I remember that I had a Q&A episode back in 2022. People were asking, why is it better? Actually, is it any better, Deus 2 compared to Deus 1? And I went to do some tests. One of the tests was using a golden ring. It was about 1 gram or something, buried at 30 centimeters. I was able to pick it up with Deus 1, but without any ID. And Deus 2 gave me a clear ID that is a good target. And same happened with a very rusty bottle cap, again at 30 centimeters. With Deus 1, I had a good ID, while Deus 2 was able to show me that is actually iron target.
Yeah.
So very simply, with a hold down at 30 centimeters, you can prove that is a much better machine with the fast multi-frequency technology.
Yeah, the disadvantage could come definitely from the FMF, definitely.
And don't forget that the DS2 also has the DS1 inside of it with the mono mode. So essentially it's both machines. If you really liked the DS1 and you were thinking about possibly getting the DS2, then actually by upgrading, you have both anyway. But you have the benefit of fast multi-frequency technology, which honestly is a game changer. If you're impressed with the DS1, you're going to absolutely love the DS2, because the precision audio of the FMF technology is what really can make the places where you go metal detecting come alive with things that you never thought were possible to find in the first place.
Yeah,
of course. And a huge difference in the salt water. Huge difference.
Yes, good point.
Yeah.
So let us proceed. Can you explain how the multi-frequency system works in those two?
I'll quite happily give that one a go. So you have to remember, single frequency is simply just one frequency. When you use a multi-frequency detector, the best way I can put this is it's like you going over the field holding 4 or 5 different machines and swinging them all at once. Now, yes, you can walk in a field or on the beach or in the forest and with one machine and you will find something. But with FMF technology and multi-frequency in general, you have to imagine how much more that's doing that you can't actually see. And with XP FMF technology, you have the difference of what type of program is probably more applicable to where you're searching, because we have subtractive programs and addition programs which are primarily designed for certain types of ground. And although you can get a very similar thing with a single frequency machine, with FMF, this really does, you know, make things so much better, because of course, when you've got multiple frequencies working on wet ground itself can cause slight issues with regards to the sound that you hear. And when you're searching in heavily polluted areas where you just want to be finding really good things, you don't want to be hearing ground interference. So with a subtractive program, for instance, the General or Relic or something like that, it completely avoids the ground. You don't hear it at all. And sometimes you might think that the ground isn't wet, but underneath the ground, there could be roots from trees and they all hold moisture and they're all going to give you that ground response. So having a program that is, say, subtractive, that can go over that and give you the complete confidence that all you're going to hear is something good or metallic that's in the ground and you're not going to get any interference from anything else, makes metal detecting so much better, so much easier, and it just really increases your finds rate. You know, if you're going to spend the time out of your day to go out and search for things, you might as well do it the very best you can, and that's the kind of way that we put it across, if that makes sense.
Yes.
May I add something? Yeah. With the FMF, you have the general program that Michael just talked about. This general program is the program that you just, in 3 clicks, you know, you turn on, choose your headphone, and then go. 2 clicks, sorry. You have the program that, if you begin with the DS2, will be the more stable to begin. It works everywhere. This program works everywhere, whatever the condition. It's not optimized depending the condition, but it works everywhere. So if you are a beginner, you can buy a DS2, you can turn it on, choose your headphone, and go. And after maybe 100, 200, 300 holes, I used to say to the guys, do 300 holes with the general program, and then begin to set up some things. Maybe you can choose 3 tones. Maybe you can decrease a bit the discrimination and keep going on. and then you will improve and you will enjoy more and more. And then after that, you can go to the other program. But the general program is just perfect to begin with the DS2, even if you know other metal detectors before, if you knew them. But even if you are a beginner, and you will have easy audio response, audio to understand, if you want to dig out or not, something very clear, something very stable, not talkative anymore. And of course, after that, you will optimize and make some settings and you will be more performant. But the general program is perfect. And even sometimes, even myself, even Alan, work with the general program, depending the height, depending the field, the condition. For example, if there is a lot of humidity, that's just perfect.
Yeah, I always thought that it should be called the magic program, but unfortunately, that choice wasn't mine. But Philippe is absolutely right.
Yeah, and because I know how to set up and save a program, which is something very easy to do, else I cannot do. We used to say that the business managers are stupid, so they are not technical. So I know how to do that. So I just set up the general program with free tones, decreasing the discrimination a bit, maybe also some kind of reactivity adjustment, and then save it as a customized program easily, and use it when I want to be, comfortable, not talkative metal detector, and just be sure that in a field with a lot of humidity, I will have a good machine, easy to go. And then after that, if I'm comfortable enough, I will jump to another program more effective. But the general program is just, if you want to get something easy, you have it. Turn it on, choose the headphone, and go.
Yes. Okay. I just want to tell something that when we are working with a single frequency detector, lower frequency favors the big target or the most conductive target. So if you're working with a low frequency single detector, you are going to find very deep big coins, silver coins or treasures. The opposite comes when we're working with a high frequency detector. You're going to find small nuggets, small jewelry, things like that. So the result is not even, is not balanced. With the multi-frequency, you have the same good sensitivity for every kind of target. And that is the key, because you never know what you are going to find. You may say that I'm looking for big coins, but maybe you can find small coins, small like this one, for example, okay?
Yeah.
And you need high frequency to find this kind of target. So that's the reason FMF is a game changer, actually.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would shout that from the rooftops, because any type of detecting that you do, using multiple frequencies is only going to enhance your experience. Trust me, it's it really is a game changer.
But the DS2 is at the same time multi-frequency and a reactive metal detector, which make the difference.
Okay, I have a question from Dimitris. Okay. Will there be an Expedius 3 one day where you can track something down to a depth of 25 meters? Okay. 25 meters?
Who wants to dig out 25 meters? The show, enjoy.
Okay. I know we are about deep targets, about massive targets. We're looking for big treasures, but 25 meters, okay, we don't want to build a house. Okay.
Swimming pool, yeah, absolutely.
Who did bury the target?
Yeah.
So let us proceed. And how to handle or set up those two for varying ground conditions like salt, sand, rock, mineral ground, wetness, rocks. How to handle or set up? Is it an easy machine to handle or set up for the varying conditions?
Yeah, Absolutely. In fact, there's a program already on the machine which is pretty much set up for every type of ground condition you would need. For instance, you know, the beach programs are perfect for eliminating the feedback from salty sand, salty water, those sorts of things. There's a setting inside of the beach program which is specifically for eliminating salt sensitivity. So it saves you having to go to your location and think to yourself, how do I need to change this? Okay, well, we've already kind of done that. You just need to select the right program depending on the type of ground that you're going over. And similar to what I said before, is you have subtractive and additional programs which each act very differently depending on where you use them. And although that we said the general program is the magic program, because it really is, you can use it anywhere you want with great results, you also have, you know, a wealth of other programs which have been tested and scrutinized to make sure that you can just select it and go. You know, you might want to change some of the audio settings to suit your own preference, but otherwise you could just use it as it is. And honestly, I've never come across a piece of ground where it's really struggled, and I've always managed to overcome that just by changing the program, maybe a couple of settings, but really you don't have to do a lot.
Agree.
I have here a comment from George, the Expedeus fan club owner. Deus One had for several years a no motion program. Will the Deus 2 have this feature in the future? Well, it's something that we are going to talk about later in our live show. And
pinpoint?
Yeah, I would say that. Use pinpoint mode. Yeah. Yes. Because pinpoint mode, it's non-motion, so you can just one button on your remote control. Push that one button here, okay, and for the Deus 1, similar, okay.
Is it what Treasure Hunter George Tsiadakas means? Because yeah, John, maybe you know more, but yes. I think that the pinpoint mode is exactly what he's expecting.
Yes, but he's thinking about some kind of discrimination, ground balancing, you know, some parameters like on Deus 1.
Okay.
Made properly as a mode for handling big fields, you know, for a lot of time, not for instantly checking one of the difficult spots, you know.
I will not the question, because I can ask our R&D, but so no motion. But I know what Alain will answer me. He will tell, we have the Extreme Hunter. Maybe it's not what George want to hear, but the Extreme Hunter is a no motion machine, no motion coil, and it's the most effective and stable solution for this kind of research. So maybe it's not exactly what you want to hear, but that will be my answer for tonight. But I note the question, and I will come to Alain in the future weeks to talk. We have sometimes some meetings about this kind of topics, and we will talk about that.
Okay. Next question. Okay, we are talking about the XY.
Yeah.
XP, as you know, has a very revolutionary way to display the target signal, and that is the XY. Instead of interpreting the conductivity into a number, you can visualize the signal, the pulse from the target. So XY has been very useful. Why? I do my hunting also in Greece, and I encounter a lot of these things, horses' shoes. And I remember my detecting partners from the past asking me, will you find a machine for me to be able to recognize this kind of trust target. And that is possible to do with the XY. We had the XY on Deus 1. It was mode 6 deep and mode 9 hot, the hot program. Now we have the XY also in Deus 2, but it's not already preset in one of the modes. So if you are a newbie, you have to dig into the machine to get the XY out. And why not have, for example, the XY preset in mode 6 deep in Deus 2? I think it's something clever for the newbies, because some new guys don't even know what the XY is. They just go plus and minus, changing the modes. It's going to be something good for the newbie, I think.
For the newbie, I will disagree. For once, I will disagree. For the newbie, I always suggest that they don't look to the remote. For example, I am detecting with the remote in my pocket in every single session when I'm detecting. Okay, always the remote on the laser case in my belt or in the pocket. I want to focus on the sound. For this kind of target, of course, not always, but most of the time, I recognize them with the sound. Okay, not always, that's true, but most of the time. And for the XY, because you can use the XY for other reason, you can set it, as you know, with the option, etc., and you can save as a custom program with this display. So there is no, it's more comfortable than with the Deus. You don't have to jump for one program. You can use it on every single program with the Deus too. So it's not complicated. You go to option, display, and you choose the XY, and that's it. And you can save as a customized program. So you can do it for them. Maybe when you sell, if they want that, you can save on the 13, 14, 15. You have 12 customized program, up to you. And once again, XY is not that easy to understand for a newbie. I suggest that they focus more on the sound, because with the sound, the PMW sound, you have a lot of information inside. Most of the time you can recognize the size, the depth, and more or less what it is. I mean, not the metal, but if it's high conductive or not, at least, so you can decide to dig out. Maybe Michael will share more experiences about that, more information. But I know what you mean about the XY, and I know that it's a very good feature. But once again, you can save it on a customized program.
Yeah, and actually, just to follow on from that, Philippe, I personally don't use the XY as much as I should, because I am very much audio. You know, there is nothing that the XY screen will tell you that you cannot hear with your ears. As long as you practice and you know what you're doing, you can hear everything. And that's because of the way the audio is set up with the XP Deus 2. It's unique. I hate to coin a phrase, but it really is unique. There's no other machine that tells you as much information about the place where you're detecting that can really be a powerful asset. And you know, personally, I think it's another tool to have in the box. So don't disregard the target IDs or the XYs, because sometimes, you know, they can have a use. But primarily, if you really just nail down the audio, listen to the ground, listen to what it's telling you, and that might come with a bit of practice, but soon, honestly, within a few days, you'll get it. And once you've got it, it starts to speak a language to you, which honestly, it's like a breath of fresh air, because you understand what maybe is iron. For instance, John, I would never dig one of those horseshoes. And that's not because I have been, you know, metal detecting for so long. It's because I understand the audio. So once you've put that time into it, that's the payoff. You no longer have to dig the iron nails, the horseshoes, and things like this. So
Okay, I got your point. It's very useful to use the XY for ground that's not so mineralized, probably, because you can see the visual graphic of the mineralization. And if you are a newbie, actually, it's going to be a little confusing for you.
And if you're a newbie,
yes.
Dig everything. Honestly, it's the best advice I will give you. Dig everything out, because that's the only way you will understand what the machine is telling you. Okay, so we can do our best in creating programs that are going to be easy for you to use, and you're going to be able to use them wherever you decide to use them. But it's the time and you put into it that really is the big payoff there.
Okay, I have another question from Socrates. He's a good friend, owner of those two and Extreme. What about the Extreme Hunter and ores? Is possible to reject? Well, I have been using Extreme Hunter to a mine. Is really close to where we have the shop, and I was able to master the ground balance in this. I went high to 88 or 90, maybe reset a few times more, and I was able to master it. So my response is going to be that you can ground balance Extreme Hunter everywhere. I don't know if you would like to comment something.
The discrimination IAR is a huge thing with the Extreme Hunter. If you can master the setting on that, that's really where you're going to be able to discriminate things really well with that machine. I've never used it in that situation, so my experience has very much been how applicable that is in the field. But there are settings on there for you to absolutely get the most performance out of the machine. But the discrimination IAR is key to eliminating those types of things, which I think he was talking about.
Yes.
And something important about the discrimination IAR is that it doesn't affect at all the performance. It's just an audio treatment. So it's a perfect tool if you are on a trashy area and you want to see the moderate size iron on shallow. You will hear them. You will see them also on the graphic bar. You will hear them with different sound, very low, very loud, and very bass, if you know what I mean, and bass sound. And like this, you will know that on the shallow, something like from 0 to 80 centimeters, you have a moderate size ferrous that you don't want to dig out.
Yeah, and don't forget to auto-tune it as well, because that's a really key way to make sure that the machine's only really reacting against the things that you want to find. So as soon as you go over something that gives you a relatively good positive response, just push that auto-tune button straight away, get that machine looking level again, and then wait for it to go over the next decent signal.
Okay. It was about this. Good evening to all of you. Is any future plan for a redesigned new ORX model with FMF coil or more features in menu? Is it?
If there is a plan to have a Deuce 2 with an SHF coil, making something like an RX2 or something like that, it's not totally decided yet, but we have something like this in mind, yes.
Okay. And from my good friend Giannis, owner of Oryx and Deus 2. In Deus 2, negative discrimination will give me more depth or performance. What's the difference between programs filtering the signal from soil? Well, I want to comment something. Yes. I usually select the multitones and I go to negative. I have 4 bands in multitones, and I go the first band to negative, and I silence it. I have the volume set to 0 or 1, and that gives me more depth. But what you can comment, Philippe and Michael, about this?
I mean, personally, for me, discrimination really is about wanting to isolate certain things from the things that you hear. It's about the audio more than actual depth itself. I don't think the two really kind of mold in, but where that will change is, of course, you know, beach, black sand, very heavily polluted areas and things like that. You're obviously not going to get amazing depth with anything, but the best chance that you've got obviously is to use some discrimination to allow you to basically go through that layer as much as possible, and to only hear the good targets. So it's a great question, actually, Giannis, and it's something that everybody, I'm sure, tries to master their own individual way to make sure it's the best it can possibly be. So thank you for that.
And you can try that handling the coil far away from the ground, which seems absolutely insane, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
Something like 30 centimeters above the ground.
Yes. Right. So let us proceed.
Yes.
As you know, we have been with XP since 2012. I personally know Alain from 2002, as I can recall. When Deus was introduced, and at that time, and even today, this machine appeared as a unique, futuristic product, something out of this world, as my customers say. And more surprises came with free updates. For example, Deus became a whole different machine through a decade of evolution. We especially, in our country, like the addition of non-motion modes, as they are suitable for searching large objects at greater depth, also effective in uneven terrain, you know, through bushes, rocks, trees, where the coil cannot be properly kept in constant motion. Such is the terrain to swing the coil in Greece, obviously. Greece has a history timeline that is full at short intervals with incidents like wars, invasions, plunders, catastrophes. And during this time, people used to hide their wealth. So Greek hunters are 50 and 50%. 50% are go for the massive targets, ammunition boxes with gold coins from the Greek Civil War, ceramic pots with coins inside, and the other 50% are the more modernized ones that are searching now for lost artifacts and objects. What I want to say, what is my point? Greek hunters are favoring deep, hard hunting detectors with the big coils, like pulse induction, frame coils, etc. These detectors are good for the purpose. Extreme Hunter has been even better compared to these machines.
Yes.
But we would like to see on those two adding non-motion modes on a future update, probably. This will be highly welcomed and will give a marketing advantage also for other countries with similar history. I know many, I have many friends from Middle East countries, and they would like to have this kind of non-motion operation, you know, just like the Extreme Hunter when you can go slowly. That is what we are dreaming. Okay, yes, we are hoping, we are hoping. And you have the technology, you have the non-motion modes on Deus One. They can become even better on Deus 2, probably with some conductivity ID, okay, some pumping, ground balance probably. So that's the whole thing. I mean, Greeks would love to see that coming in.
Yeah. Thank you for the suggestion. Once again, I will share all these kind of ideas and opinions and potential market with Alain, and we will decide about what kind of project we want to prioritize and what kind of project we can imagine. We can have on the future years. We already get a lot of projects, but why not one like this? Of course, you will understand that I'm not allowed to talk about the future product, but be sure that we will take on consideration all these kind of ideas.
Yeah, and actually we do take it on as well. It's really good to get ideas and feedback like that, because you know, it's valuable to us, because of course we want to innovate, we want to make products that work for absolutely everybody. So yeah, thank you. I'm sure that Philippe and everybody will look into it.
Definitely. We will.
I will serve my customer. I'm actually building a very deep mode for massive targets based on the mode 9. And it's really very deep. In some situations, I was able to shoot videos with a detector hitting 1.5 meters for an ammunition box. Faint signal, but I was able to do it. You know, if you play with the mode 9 relic, slow down the reactivity, lower the frequency and everything, in some of the Greek test fields that are well known to the guys here that are searching for big treasures, I am able to hear ammunition box at 120 clearly, 130, 140, even 150. So customers are happy, but the non-motion is effective to some other kind of work, you know.
I know exactly what you mean, you know, John, and be sure we will feedback to Alain. We will try to think about that needs, and if we can do something, we will.
And another question, what is the comparison actually between sales figures of Deus 1 versus Deus 2? I mean, you have seen a boom in sales in XP, okay, with Deus 2. We can say that's 3 times higher, 4 times higher, 5 times higher. What you can comment to that, Philippe?
No, I cannot comment this kind of things, this kind of question, but what I can say is that we are selling much more Deus 2 than Deus 1. But, and we are very, very satisfied about the sales of the Deus 2, even if we, of course, we want more. We want to develop XP presence on more countries and trying to gain more market share. That's exactly my job, but we are very satisfied about the result now. And because the Deus 2 gets more unique features and get features like advanced waterproof, multi-frequency, but at the same time, all the features from the Deus 1 embedded on the Deus 2, we are selling much more products, much more detectors compared to the previous year. But we will come with new products, still improving the proposal and the catalog, and we hope that the market will enjoy this new proposal. Okay,
so I'm proceeding now to some customer questions. I'm leaving behind my own ones. Okay. The question waiting to be answered by many users of Deus 1 is if there are plans for adding a speaker volume setting to the Deus 1 remote control. My customer says that it's a big disadvantage for such a machine. It's a drawback that can make its purchase deterrent. Well, I know what he means. He wants to have a weak audio signal, but not wear headphones, okay? The machine makes everything. Deus 1 can even make cappuccino if you like. You cannot play with the volume.
What else?
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's not possible. Unfortunately, it's not possible. It's a hardware issue, and we cannot implement the new hardware on the Deus 1. We have too many new projects to handle, and we will not modify the Deus 1. And even if we do it, the previous Deus one sold cannot be improved. They will have to change the PCB. So, I mean, the main board. So, unfortunately, we cannot do that. And once again, when you don't wear XP headphones, you are losing a lot of things. First of all, the speaker of the remote is toward the ground. So the sound is coming down, like instead of coming up to you. That's the first thing that the speaker is not made to detect. This speaker is made to be sure that the detector is working, maybe to show something to someone else. Look at this sound, what do you think about it? But it's not made to detect all day long, because first of all, the sound is not coming to you but to the ground. Secondary, the sound, the speaker is very far away from your ear, so you will not hear the tiny sound, which are exactly what we are looking for. Michael and myself, we are looking for small things, even big things, but very deep. And when something is deep, and even if it's big, the sound is very small. And if you hear it, if you listen to the detector with the speaker, you will miss it, definitely. Yeah. And so, but with the headphones that you can wear on the way you want, BH01 through with the Deus 2 on the bones, double-S audio with the Deus 1 on your ear, which is very light, you will hear the sound of a very tiny target, very tiny thing, maybe deep, or big one, very, very deep. You will hear it, and you will know, oh, this sound is very small, but good, clear. That's a very deep thing, a very tiny thing. I want it. And you will dig out it. So I recommend really to always detect with headphones. Always, always, always. And we have plenty of choice of headphones for the Deus 1, double-S4, double-S5, and double-S audio. The double-S audio is compatible with the Deus 1 if your Deus 1 is younger than 2018. So if it's less than 7 years old, then you can upload the V6 for the Deus 1, the new version. You can buy the double-S audio, which is something in your shop, I think something like 80 euro, and you will have a cheap headphone.
Yes.
Very performant, and you will not miss any more the tiny sound.
Yes, it's the proper way to meta detect with headphones.
Yeah, definitely.
And do you know what? The amount of times I have heard the very faintest small sound, and honestly, if I was not wearing headphones, I would have missed it. And typically what those are very deep, thin things like coins and artifacts and things like that. And they're just really, really deep. And so the response you get is very faint, very wispy. And it's the machine's way of saying, look, there is something there. You definitely want to investigate this. But the only way you're going to get that is if you had the speaker volume on max. And trust me, that's not the best way to go out detecting. If you can have the volume quite low on the headphones and still hear those very faint targets. So I completely 100% agree with Philippe that definitely always use the audio.
Thank you, Mike.
And also I just want to add that not that I'm saying go and upgrade, although we would love you to upgrade, but if you decided to go for the Deus 2 on the remote, which for some reason is not focusing at all, you just hold down the plus or minus key and the volume control comes up. So you don't even have to go into the menu. It's a quick shortcut. And the best way, to use that is that you can have your headphones on and you can have two sets of audio. So you can have it coming out whatever volume you choose from the remote control and your headset. So you actually get the best of both worlds because you hear the faint targets whilst having volume control on there. So we have done it. It's just in the latest model.
Okay. And I'm proceeding with customer questions. Okay. I have another one from Christos. He's the owner in Cyprus Metal Detecting Club. He says that many users have reported ongoing issues with the DOS2 remote control mounting bracket, including loosening over time, difficulty in reattachment due to cable interference, and an overall design that does not provide a secure hold, especially during field use or underwater detecting. Given these concerns, does XP have any plans to address these design flaws, as he says, in future updates, or provide an alternative mounting solution to enhance durability and usability? I want to reply to Christos that XP already changed the design. It has also a different ordering code. We're talking about this, what he calls the mounting bracket. It's a whole different now design. This one thing is now D05B. The order code is different. I don't know what you can tell us about the new design. And we can comment on my friend's question.
Yeah, we already improved it 3 times. And now we have the final one, which give us real satisfaction with a very strong, how to say, not support, but very strong.
Grip. Yeah, strong grip. Yeah.
We improve it in many ways. So strong grip, that definitely the best one. Then we have also a small hole, and you can put the antenna if you go underwater, on the beach, on the waves. You can put the antenna into the stem, coming up outside from the stem support directly to the remote control, and so you don't have the antenna around the stem, but inside. And this stem support, the D05B, you will find it on John stock storage and physical shop. It's already available for many months, and we don't have any more complaints after we provide it. So there is we already did it indeed. We already did it, and I'm sure that everybody will enjoy. Finally, if you want to be sure, because you are on a specific environment with lots of branches and so on, be sure that you put on the remote control, it's wireless, so of course maybe you can have disconnection, but you have the lanyard that we provide on the bundle, and if you put it around the handle and stick to the remote control, you will never lose the remote, even if fall down because of an obstacle or a shock. But once again, I never had issue. Why? Because I detect with the remote control on my belt and focus on the sound only. But this is not the reason why we should have kept the previous stem support. We change it, we improve it, and now it's available for many months.
We do have it in our website also for everybody. It's about 12 euros, I think.
Even less, yeah, maybe. Oh, you can make a better price.
And just to point out with that as well is that we listen to everybody's feedback. It's not like we saw people having issues and things like that, and we thought, you know what? No, it's not us, whatever. We always listen, we always pay attention, and we always try to make things better. And that's exactly what we've done, as you've clearly shown, John, with the newer one that you've got there as well. So, yeah, we're always trying.
Definitely.
Okay. Are you considering a larger than 34 centimeters coil for DOS2, something between 34 centimeters and Extreme 100? my guys are searching for big stuff, you know, treasures.
Definitely. I think I already answered this question. We will consider your recommendation, your suggestion. Thank you to the Greek market to think about that. I think we will have to finally, but I cannot tell anything. We will think about it.
Yes. It's going to be a success also for other countries. We know Middle East, probably Far East countries. They have history with big treasures, but this is the answer.
Yeah. One of the answers is the extreme hunter, but maybe in between those two and the extreme, we can find something. As I said, we will think about it and stay tuned with XP, new product with XP. New information, and I will have a suggestion to the audience who wants to know about our new coming product or coming up product. Just subscribe to our newsletter. Go to the website. On the bottom, you can subscribe to the newsletter, and you will know everything exclusively.
And I'm just as keen as everyone else. I'd like to point that out for a big coil. So I'm on your bus. I'm on your side with that one. So that would be awesome.
Okay. And another question. Also, the smaller white coil, he obviously mean the high frequency coil. Mm-hmm. It won't be on the market after all.
It will. Please be patient. We don't want to release something which is not finished. We want to release something perfect, working well, working perfectly, and that the people will enjoy. We are still working on it, but we are very, very close from the end. We, to be honest, we have to set up one little thing now, and we will release it very soon. So once again, subscribe to the newsletter and stay tuned. We will inform you when the product will comes out. Yeah, it will be very soon. Soon for a manufacturer doesn't mean tomorrow, but very soon, very soon.
And worth the wait.
Worth the wait.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Inductive charging or solar charging on the coil. Well, we can do the solar charging on the coil, Kostas. Already XP has a solar charger. It would be the first green detector in the world. I think it's the first green detector because with the battery you can go up to 10 years. George went up to 10 years with the battery. I don't know. In XP, is your battery nuclear or something? It can last for 8 years, 10 years. Unbelievable.
I will ask to Mr. Stark. Maybe he will find a solution for us. No, we won't have this kind of thing, but we will have something innovative to charge this new coil. I'm sure everybody will enjoy because we already talked to some beta tester about it and they enjoy it. Yes. Of course, I've got it, and I really enjoyed the new system, so I'm sure that people will enjoy too. It's not solar, but it's innovative.
Never say never.
Yeah.
So we got a hint now that the new coil is going to be charged in a whole different way.
Yeah, different way to charge it. Yeah, new charge system.
So, Kostas, bingo, you are in it. We're going to see something new now.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Okay, and another question. A new detector is expected from XP company, for example, Deus 3 or one that is lower priced. Also, if update to Deus 2 is expected. So it's a triple question. Update on Deus 2, a new detector like Deus 3, or lower priced. He's talking about lower priced Deus 3. He's talking about the lower priced FMF machine, probably.
Yeah, this customer is a fortune teller.
Fortune teller.
Can you ask him for some lottery numbers?
Maybe where are the finds in the fields too?
Yeah, and that, yeah.
To buy those two, and then he will find a lot of things. Yeah, he will be lucky, definitely.
So for sure, something will come, but we don't have any plans, my friend, yet.
Not something, many things.
Many things.
Yeah.
There is a chance where WS6 or Deus One gets connected to Extreme Hunter. Something new is in the company plans in the following months.
Yeah, no, it's not possible to control the Extreme Hunter with the Deus One because it's an FMF coil. And FMF belongs to Deus 2, so it's not possible. It's not possible neither to control the Extreme Hunter with the WS6 because you need a bigger screen to see the bar graphic. The bar graphic is definitely useful on the Extreme Hunter, and you need it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like the XY screen. It's not exactly the same concept, but that's the same result in the end. You look at the remote control and you hear to the sound, and with the buff, you know if you want to dig out or not. And the screen of the remote control is big enough to watch the display, the bar graphic display of the Extreme Hunter. So we will not make the Extreme, unfortunately, we will not make the Extreme Hunter with the WS6 and neither with the Deus One for the reason I explained. But we should come with a new improvement with the Extreme Hunter soon. Yeah, stay tuned once again.
Okay. And another question, live question.
Not real.
The Extreme Hunter, are there any updates coming? I also have this in my portfolio here, but my friend James just dropped his question.
If we come with new features for the Extreme Hunter or with, I don't know, accessory or whatever, we will come with new updates, of course. Yes.
Okay.
But it's not for now. It's not for now.
Okay. Next question. XP-ORX. XP-ORX has been accepted and performance is very well in Greek soil. I can say is excellent. This machine is perfect. And the perfect combination with ORX are the white coils, the high frequency coils.
Mm-hmm.
The machine is really perfect to nail this kind of target. Mm-hmm. Okay, these small coins.
Yeah,
it's actually a Turkish coin.
Yeah, because of the frequency.
Even in a background, the combination of a double D, a smaller coil that has very focused electromagnetic field is perfect. And the question by many is that if we can expect an update on ORX.
Unfortunately not. The ORX for us is a finished machine. I mean, as you said, perfect machine. We don't have anything to add. And if we had, for example, the XY, if we had, I don't know, sometimes we have some suggestion for the ORX, it will become a Deus. And we don't want. The ORX is the ORX. The ORX is for some purpose, as you explained, but we will not, never say never, as Michael said, but normally we will not make any new update for the ORX.
Mm. And don't forget, the ORX again is inside of the Deus 2, and there's things coming for the Deus 2 which are going to find your coin. They're going to find smaller coins. They're going to find things that are on their side. Just incredible performance. So yeah, stay tuned.
Okay. I have here my friend from the Cyprus Metal Detecting Club. Greetings from Cyprus. We love Cyprus. We have many customers there, loyal fans with Oryx, Deus 1, Deus 2, many, many. Thank you, XP, for supporting our May 11th, 2025 rally. We're excited to have you back. Special thanks to John for representing XP in Cyprus. Philippe and Michael, I hope to see you soon. Okay. Yes, I was talking with Fernandez, and Fernandez gave some really cool freebies for this year to the Cyprus Metal Detecting Club. Number one prize is an ORX with this coil. And we have a lot of other freebies like MI6, cups, t-shirts, everything. Thank you for supporting us one more time. And it's going to be really a very, it's going to be a great event with family people there. Last year we had about 100 attendees. This year is going to be probably 150. And we had a great time, a family hobby. Exactly like metal detecting should be, okay?
Yeah.
And legally, we have the permission to search to these beats. Everything is perfect. Everything is clean. We really had a very great time there. And this year, I will be enjoying to see my Cyprus customers again, friends and customers.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You know, your support to us also means a lot as well. So if we can support you in any way that we can, then we certainly will. So yeah, appreciate it. Fernandez, yeah.
Jose, yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, let's go back to some of my questions. What is the average LiPo battery life, and what you advise to keep them in their full potential?
So it's the same with any battery. I mean, obviously, you have already said that our batteries last absolutely ages. As Philip mentioned earlier, there's people out there using the Deus 1 that have never changed the battery because they know how to effectively manage it. The key thing to remember is not to leave it flat for long periods of time. Yeah. Okay, so I know it's really tempting. I actually have two machines, so I have one as a backup and one to go out metal detecting, and it's actually a pain for me to go and charge it every now and again because I'm not using it, but I know that it's so important for me to do that. And I would suggest that if you haven't used it within a 3-month period, at least, or at the very most, take it out, charge it, and use it. Do something with it, and then maybe leave it halfway, something like that. And that's a good place to leave it. Don't leave it flat near the bottom of the battery. Don't leave it near the top. Actually try and use the battery. The worst thing for any battery, it's not XP related anything. I mean, this could go with your mobile phone, your electric toothbrush, anything. They like to be used. It's the fact that they're not being used is where problems come from. So my advice to anybody is just keep using it. Don't leave it for long periods of time, and it will last you years. Nuclear battery.
Exactly.
We will think about it.
Iron Man.
Hello, Mark. I know personally Mark, so good evening, Mark, and welcome in this live, in this stream.
Hello, Christos.
He wants a goodie. I'm kidding.
He's correct. Very professional. Very professional.
Yeah, one of the best. Oh, hello, Kevin.
Kevin.
My friend Kev from UK.
Yeah. I'm sure that this one should enjoy to come to Cyprus event, maybe on May 11, and showing how the RX is one of the best machines in the world. What about this idea, Kevin?
He's welcome. He's
got to do that reply now.
More than welcome.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I know the links between Kevin and Greece, so that's why.
Okay.
He will be our.
Let us continue to some of the maintenance and proper usage questions.
Mm-hmm.
What you advise for maintaining and take care of the detector? Something special? I think it's bulletproof. I think it's bulletproof, but you can comment.
Yeah, there is many things to do, but not that much. First of all, try to maintain the battery, as Michael just explained briefly. It's very important. Then when you come back from the field, because the Deuce 2 is totally waterproof, you can rinse everything, fresh water, no detergent, not at all, please. Else the rubber will suffer. So just fresh water, and you can rinse it. And for the coil, the same, the stem exactly the same, and you will have a clean metal detector. If you want to remove the coil cover, you can remove the coil cover to clean it. You can change the coil cover if this coil cover is damaged. It's exactly the purpose of the coil cover, to be damaged instead of the coil. Every 6 months, maybe 1 year, I advise to change the round rubber. Yeah, this piece. Exactly. Thank you, Michael. Because this rubber is the purpose of this rubber O-ring is to protect at the same time the lower stem and the coil ears. We call the ears of the coil. And if you change this piece of rubber, and it's very, very cheap, you can buy this with the reference DO38D to John. You will save the coil and the lower stem, and you will never change them. They will never break, because you will just have changed this. It's like, for example, the tires on your car. If you want to keep your car safe, you will change the tires every single 50,000 kilometers. The same every I would say 50, 100 sessions. Specifically, if you go to the beach, please change this rubber, and you will keep your metal detector safe.
Yeah, and also, just to briefly touch on that as well, is if you've had your detector for a while and you've never changed this rubber, go and take a look at your rubber, because it will probably be about half the thickness that it should be.
Yep.
And when you replace it, it's like having a brand new. It just feels so good again. And it's all to do with this little rubber. It's designed to wear down. That's what it's supposed to do, and it's designed to protect your coil and make the whole experience great. So go and check it out. If you've never replaced it, you'll be shocked at how thin it actually is.
Yeah, that's important to think about it. After that, there is nothing else I could recommend. Yes, maybe also the tempered glass protection that you have on the remote control. If it's damaged, swap it, and you will keep your screen, your display on the remote control perfectly safe. But that's it. Else doesn't matter. The remote control is shockproof. The coil just need to be protected with this rubber. Everything else is okay.
Yeah, one more thing I might add to that, actually, and that's just coming from being somebody who detects in fields a lot and beaches, is every now and again take the coil cover off and just clean underneath of it, because as with anything, things can get trapped under there, and what you don't want trapped under there is magnetic things, like sand and ground and those sorts of things, because you might not know it because they're such small particles, but over time they build up. So that's the point where you think, oh, okay, I don't think anything's wrong with it. But then when you clean it out because you haven't done it for ages, it's totally different experience again. So it's just routine maintenance. Like Philippe said, you wash your car every week or every other week, or I hope you do. You know, you brush your teeth every day. It's just routine maintenance that is essential for you to just have a tool that you can pick up, go out and enjoy the hobby.
Exactly.
I can respond to this question. Deus 2 is here to stay, and it's going to be updated a lot. So we are not talking about Deus 3. We can do a lot more with Deus 2, with future updates, new coils. Is that correct, Philippe?
Yeah, I would say that the Deus 2 is the most versatile machine in the world and will keep going on like this, because every single product that we will release should or normally will be compatible with the Deus 2 universe. Everything will keep compatible together. So whatever Deus 2, Deus 3, other machine, everything should be compatible. We will work on that way.
So let's talk more about care and maintenance. What are the special techniques? Maybe something else. What are the special techniques or advices to operate at maximum depth in areas with high concentrations of iron ore? I will comment something to it, because our test is about big targets, massive targets. Mode 9, relic mode, has the deepest penetration in reddish ground, in volcanic ground. I think mode 9 is a great platform, and you can tweak it, you can do some changes, you can play with the sensitivity, you can reduce the reactivity if you like. It has a very accurate automatic ground balance also, while I prefer to these places to do the pumping. So I thought with the massive target in mind, always. What you can comment about difficult ground like red ground, volcanic ground, black sand in beaches?
Well, personally, from somebody that has done a lot of detecting, when it comes to very difficult ground, I think you have a choice to make. Okay, you either try and adjust the settings to try and go through the ground to pick out all of those targets, or you concentrate on the stuff that you're probably more likely to find, i.e. stuff that's a little bit more closer to the surface. When it comes to heavily contaminated ground, depth isn't really a priority, and we all want it to be. I want it to be. Trust me, I would love to be able to punch through the mineralized rock and the pottery and things like that and see what's below it, but there isn't any detector out there that can do that yet. But of course, you can try and massively increase your chances by using discrimination, filtration, and those sorts of things to try and get it out. But one program, you've mentioned the Relic program, which is a really great program, obviously, for depth and performance. It uses very low frequencies, so of course it's able to penetrate deeper into the ground. One program that I was experimenting with recently, which is a bit of a wild card here, but try it, in heavily mineralized ground, so lots of iron ore and places like that, was the beach program. I don't know why. I changed the beach program. I adjusted the salt sensitivity, and for some reason, I was able to find things in ground which was so heavily polluted with iron and iron ore and hot rocks and things like that, that the other people I was detecting with couldn't find at all. And you know, as I said to you before, there is a program on that machine for every single type of use. And I was so glad that day that I found the beach program, which was I was in the middle of a field, but it worked so well. It was very impressive. So maybe that's a little tip for some people, but I'm sure again, everybody's got their own method to the madness.
Yeah, and for the black sound, I will add that once with Alain and other metal detectorists, we were on one of the most complicated beach with black sound in France, with a very minorized black sand beach, okay, and Alain said to us, use the beach program, turn the magnetic accept on this setting, magnetic accept, and you will have talkative metal detector, but totally usable. Believe me, the detector was talkative, but when target was on the ground, and the core just above, it sounds loudy. And I found, for instance, I found a small jewelry in silver, like a small A, you know, size, 15 centimeters deep, clearly. And no other metal detectors we have with us from the other brand could work. Just impossible to work with them. And these two was talkative. Little bit, I would say, not crispy, but maybe you know what I mean.
Chatty, yeah.
Chatty, yeah, all the time. But when I swung over this small target, this deep, bing, I got it. And another guy with us with these two found silver jewelry, like an open chain, very deep also. And the other one, a gold ring. Why? Because we were on an area never detected, because nobody could before us. And we came and we remove a lot of things. So yes, these two get some specific settings for experts that you can enjoy, you can turn on and try, and you will enjoy whatever the conditions. Wherever you will go, these two will have an answer.
Yeah.
Okay. So let us talk about some of the other services. What are the advantages and services of XP detectors?
Hi, Jasper.
Guarantee. How
Yes.
you handle customer complaints and technical difficulties.
About warranty, I just have to say that we are the sole brand in this industry with 5-year warranty in every single metal detector. All our catalog get 5-year warranty, so it's easy to understand that we are very solid. We are very sure about the quality of our product, and just because we are building everything in our factory, and we know exactly and we control everything. When a detector leaves XP, we know 100% it works, because we test every single metal detector before he leaves the factory. And with this 5-year warranty, that the distributor will give all the service to in his country for all the end users. We come with a long time certification. This certification is a European certification, giving insurance to the buyer, to the purchaser, the client, that he will have a long-term service even after the warranty, and it has to be the same period than the regular one. So you have 5-year warranty and 5-year service after the warranty, where you will have repairability. You will be able to repair it, and for a decent price. More than 90% of the different services that you can purchase after the warranty will cost less than 100 euro for a metal detector like the Deuce 2, which cost 1,000 euro more or less. It's less than 10%. You will repair everything, and some repair costs less than 50 euro. So be sure that because of that, you will have a long cycle of life for your metal detector, something like 10 years at least. At least.
And even when a machine is no longer being manufactured because you have a 5-year warranty, it means that everything's still available for that product for 5 years afterwards. So the longevity is huge in that respect.
For example, we are still able to repair Adventist or Gold Max Power.
Yep.
We still have the pieces, the parts to repair them. And some of them are more than 20 years old. We are able to repair them. And for a decent price, that's really important. And every single devices can be opened by you, John, or your service center, or even your dealers. And why not also by the customer themselves? If they want, for example, they can open the Deus One remote and change by themselves the speaker or the display if there is any issue, even after the warranty, and they just have to buy the display from you. Of course, you can propose the service to do it. I know you are able to do, and you have a super service center, but even the customer can do it by himself because it's easy to do. Yeah. I already opened different devices from experience repair but not repair, but for the experience. I didn't have to repair them because I never had any issue. But to know exactly how to do, I did it on the factory, and it's easy to do, really.
Let me show you something here. You see that?
Yeah.
It has a lot of scratches. It belongs to one of my customers. He left it accidentally above the ground surface, and he drive above the remote control with his SUV.
Of course he did.
What happened here? Actually, it is flexible. It done something like that.
Yeah.
Only the LCD was broken, and we replaced this for 45 euros. And his LCD, and the machine is still working out there, you know. Unbelievable.
Looks like a new one.
Because some guys thought that it is small, is fragile, but it is not.
It's not.
It's actually very tough. It has some elasticity, and it can handle these high pressures, even from the tires of the car. Unbelievable. I can do this kind of work instantly. So if the customer comes here, we can replace the cover, we can replace the LCD, we can change the battery. As the customer is here, it's very easy to do it, you know, very durable.
Well, I would just like to take up Treasure Hunter George's suggestion there of coming to Greece and experiencing the amazing landscapes and stuff there. So great suggestion. I would love to do that. Absolutely.
Okay, let's continue. Λοιπόν, do you plan new training options or web seminars for new users? What are the options for customer training and support?
We have our YouTube channel, which is plenty of tutorials from Gary Blackwell, and Michael will keep going on adding tutorials with Gary. Together they will, and Meryl from USA, they will have all these free ambassadors will add new tutorials. Keep going on. I mean, they will keep going on adding tutorials, but we have already plenty of tutorials for Deus One, Orex, Deus 2, Extreme Hunter. Please watch our videos on our YouTube channel. They are full of tips, full of good information to learn, to understand what is metal detection, what is Deus 1 and Deus 2 and all the other products, and how to use them. Sometimes it's long video with plenty of details, sometimes short video. You have plenty of them, and do not hesitate to watch them. Otherwise, there is also other independent YouTubers, like, for example, John, who is publishing videos, very interesting videos in his country, so of course in Greek, that you can people can enjoy and learn how to use our metal detectors. And in all countries, all distributors and with their own YouTubers or tester are publishing videos about our product and how to use them. So please enjoy these tutorials. I will add one big advice. Sorry for the words, but read the fucking manual. That's really, really important. The user manual, we put a lot of attention inside this manual, this user manual. You cannot imagine how much energy we put on writing this manual, because we think that the user must have the opportunity to discover how our product works and what is exactly inside, why we put these and these and these settings, and why they are what they will make it you set the detector differently. But to optimize your metal detector, you need to know some basics, and all these basics are inside the manual. So please read it. And it will take something like 1 hour. One night, you don't watch the TV and read the manual, and you will become an expert.
Exactly. And just know that I work really a lot with the Greek translation to give the meaning and everything, to be easy to understand, easy to read. I really work a lot with the Greek translation, and I encourage my customers to read the manual.
That's
don't
important.
only wait to get the video information, you know. I have a lot of videos about the usage of the detector, and also I have tested this machine, Extreme Hunter. In some of the test fields, we have some well-known test fields belonging to individuals all over the country. I have been in Corinthos, in Thessaly, in Macedonia, in many places that are well-known. People go there to test their deep machines, you know, machines like pulse induction, frame coil, magnetometers. And this machine excels in these places. We managed to pick up every target up to 3 meters down. And I have a customer that has done a test. We don't have it on video. He was able to get 4.5 meters for a big target, like a barrel, for example. And that is amazing. I mean,
one thing I would say with that as well is that if it's not there, it's not going to find it. But if it is there, it's definitely going to find it. And one thing that you mentioned earlier, John, was that, you know, about Greece having lots of walls and opportunities for people to bury large items under the ground because, of course, they might think that invasion is coming. There is no better tool. I mean, honestly, if you want to get that sort of penetration, excuse me, from a metal detection device, then, as you said, it performs the best. It is the best, and if it is there, it will find it.
Our friend, okay, our good friend. Now we need tutorials for Hunter. Okay. We have some here in our web.
Yeah, you already get some. I know that.
We have to dig deep holes, very, very deep holes.
We have a test field for the experimenter where we buried different targets. If there is Greek influencer, YouTuber or TikToker or Instagram who wants to come to XP to make some videos in our test field with the XP team, he will be more than welcome.
Okay, as we are progressing and before we close this live stream, it has been a question. Do you think of organizing an XP event? I am not talking about the rallies which you are participating. XP event to invite people there in your test field, to have an event with your fans all over Europe. It would be a good idea. What do you think, Philippe?
It belongs to the distributors to do such event in their own country. For a brand to organize an event such like this could be interesting. For example, for the different distributors, and we can imagine, as we did for the District Award, where you won a prize. Congratulations once again for that. We can imagine event with with the distributors and with for example some dealers, but with a lot of fans, it will be difficult for us to organize it in France. But we can exchange with our marketing manager and try to find a solution to organize something somewhere one day. But for the moment, it's not in our plan, to be honest.
Okay. And
fully transparent, as you know, as I am.
It would be a good idea to work for the future.
Exactly.
And Greek XP fans asked us to renew our live chat. So maybe we can one day in the coming months do again this live stream.
Yeah.
Once again, I will be honest, we work with more than 60 distributors, and we need to find time for each of them, so it will not be easy to renew such a thing every single month or every single quarter. But why not one or twice a year? Why not? It was a real pleasure to answer the question, to share with you information, and to spend time with the customers or maybe some dealers. I recognize also some distributors from a country in Europe. So thank you for this opportunity you gave to XP to speak to the audience in Greece. We were very pleased. I was very pleased. I will let Michael, maybe he's not. I was very pleased to share this moment with you guys, and of course it could be interesting to share one more moment like this in the future. But once again, we need to share the time with all distributors all over the world. So sorry for that. We will not be with you next month, but maybe for the number 100. You know, you said today is the episode number 40 something or 50 something.
Yes.
Okay, we will be for the number 100. We will be there.
Yeah, we will be back. Absolutely.
And can you address a message to the Greek XP fans as we are closing?
Ευχαριστώ.
Ευχαριστούμε πάρα πολύ.
I would just like to say thank you everybody for your support. Thank you for everybody that uses our products. Thank you for all of the feedback. The suggestions today have been incredible, really good. And yeah, it's a pleasure to be here talking to you, and I hope from me personally that one day I can meet all of you, and we can go detecting together.
Thank you for accepting our invitation once more. Thank you for being here, because you care for your customers. You care for your customers, even in a small market like the Greek market. And I will be closing with something that I have in mind. It is wireless, it is fast, it is deep, it is lightweight. What else? What else, guys? We have it all. Thank you for producing it. Thank you.
Thanks to you.
Thank you, John. Thank you.
Bye-bye now, my friends. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for your attention.
See you all soon.
Bye-bye.